Hey, hello all. Welcome to Automation Coder. Today I'll demonstrate how you can use recursion in your taskbot. You might have heard about a word recursion. Recursion is a programming term. In basic terms, recursion is a self-calling task. So let's create a simple self-calling task and print a variable in a message box. So first of all, I want to create a variable. It will be a number variable. So type would be number and I'll name it as a and temp. It would be input type variable. Now let's see the actions. So once we have the number, so we will be printed. So how can we print it? Is like at this moment we will be just using message box, and there you can use a dollar and temp. So here you can see it's giving us an error because it's a number type variable and this message box requires string. So I will be converting it to string. So that's a toString. I'll save it. So once I have this number, so first of all it will show us. Then I'm going to increase it. So now I'm going to increase the number. So for to increase the number, we have number package, and from that we can use increment command. So we'll be get so enter number. That's our temp number. We will so we just want to increase it by 1, and then after increasing it by 1 we'll be storing it in and temp. Now let's run the self task. A run command from taskbot package, and I want to select current taskbot. So here we can say it is just calling itself, and it requires this input value. We'll be giving input value as well, set and temp, and then I'm going to pass the variable. That's and temp variable, and that's it. So I'm going to run it. This bot needs input variable. Basically, at the first time, while initiating this task, you will be calling this task in your parent bot, and then you can pass the necessary variables to this bot, and then this bot will run. So in this case, I am not going to create a master bot, so we will just pass it while running the bot. So here you can see it is asking us to pass this and temp variable. I will just pass 1. So we have got our first message box that says 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is infinite loop. It will not get out of the loop because we are just calling this task again and again. It will not get out. So I'm going to close this task for now. We need to handle this situation. So in certain points, after some interaction, you need to get out of this task. So in that case, you need to add some conditions. So at this moment, just take an example that I just want to run this task 10 times. So I'll add a condition. So to add a condition, we have a if package and then if command. It is a number condition because I said that I am going to run this for 10 times. Source value would be our temp variable because we are increasing it. You can say equals to 10, or if it is less than 11, then only run this task. So now I'm not going to close it again and again, but I will just click on close message box after some time. I will add 1 second here, save it, and then we'll run it. So this will just give us a message box. See, earlier it was just going in the infinite loop, but now just because we have added this condition, it is coming out. So this is a recursion program. It calls itself, and we are handling as well with some conditions. So now, how can we use this self-calling task in actual scenario, in a live scenario? I hope you know what is recursion. Let's take a live example so that you will get more idea on recursion or a self-calling task. I have a website. It's a XDA forum, a well-known website for Android customization. So this is a website. It's a XDA forum developers. And here you can see for this particular thread, I have 5 pages and I want to extract data from each page on this website. I have multiple pages and here I want to extract the date of the first post on each page. So let's go back to our program. I'm going to delete everything. We don't need any of this now. That's done. Save it. So the first task would be extract data. So we will be using capture command. It is a browser refreshing all windows. That is done. I'll select this website. This is a header of website. We can use case sensitive. That is fine. And then I'm going to capture the object. And then I just need to click on this date. As we can see, object has been captured. And then we need a property. Let's validate all properties we have. So here we can see objects properties. We need to expand this and then we can ignore some tags. So we have a DomXPath. I hope DomXPath will be sufficient for this. Here we can see it is this is a property and then we are getting this particular value and this property. So I'll go up and then my property name will be HTML inner text. Now scroll down. We, we will deselect this. Deselect path as well. We don't need HTML frame. And then after extracting data, I want to store it in a variable. It is a string variable and I will name it date. So that is done. We have captured that. Now I want to display it. I'll go ahead with the message box. Select the variable. That's it. So I remember we created some variables. So let's delete unused variables. So I'll click on this menu item, delete unused variables, delete. That's it. So we have this. Now let's see whether this is working fine and capturing that object. Yes, it's November 1, comma space 2022. So that is working fine. So it is capturing. Let's go back to our task. Now we have captured this and now I want to click on the next page. I will copy this and then paste it here and now I'll be capturing the second page. Let's see what do we have in object properties and we will deselect all of this. We don't need other properties. DomXPath will work. Now I don't want to get this property. I just want to click on that particular object. So that is why I'm selecting click option. And then once we are there, we will be clicking on third page as well. So I just want to make it dynamic. So I'll copy this task, paste it here, and then again capture the third page. I'll copy the DomXPath, hit enter. That's the third page DomXPath. This is the second page DomXPath. Let's compare it and let's make it dynamic. I'll just identify which property is changed. So here we can see this li is changing. So we need to just make this dynamic and then it will work for each page. To make it dynamic, we need a number. So we will be passing a 1 to our task, then it will automatically increase. We'll create a number type variable. I have created a dynamic number variable and this number will be input type. Now we need to increase it by 1. So the idea is whenever we are calling this task through our main bot, in that case we will be passing 1 to this bot. It means the first page of the website. So if it is a first page, in that case I'll just add a one condition and will validate if it is a first page or not. So it's a number type condition, and then a dynamic number equals to, or else we can use greater than. So it will be greater than 1. If it is a greater than 1, then only we need to click on this. Otherwise we do not need to click on the link. I don't need this command anymore, so I'm going to delete this. Now let's make a dynamic DomXPath. So for this, we need a string type variable. I will name it DomXPath variable. Assign a dynamic string to the variable. We'll select DomXPath and this li. So for this, we'll use a dynamic number. Go to if condition, copy this, and then we will paste it here. So this is a number type variable and this box requires string variable. So I'm going to convert it into string. We have created a DomXPath variable and we'll be using this DomXPath variable. So now once we clicked on this, we are done. So now it will navigate to our second page. But I also want to capture the date from second page as well. So we can utilize the same task and we can call the same task from this task itself. I'll fetch a run task command and then current task. I will add and dynamic number. That's it. Now let's see whether this is working fine or not, and I'll see whether it is clicking. So now I want to see page number as well. I'll add a message box to see page numbers. Remove this and the dynamic number will be our page numbers. Now let's see whether this is working or not. Dynamic number will be 1 because it's our first page. It captured the first date. It says 2. Now bot will click on second page. Yes, it clicked. Now it is running the task. Clear window disappear. Let me see what happened. Okay, we got an error. It says cannot find or application title with this forum that was open during recording. So this title is not matching. Let me validate what do we have. Let's close this. Let's go ahead. And here we can see we have this title. And then on the website, now we can see it is adding pages as well. So we can see page 2. So let's make a dynamic header. So this is a browser 1 variable. We will navigate to browser 1 variable, and then we will remove this and then add asterisk. That is it. Now let's go back. Let's select 1. Now let me run this again. This is our first page. Date has been extracted. We'll click on second page. Second date has been extracted. Third page. Date again. It will click on fourth page. Date again. Fifth page. Date. The sixth page. We don't have sixth page, but let's see. So it will fail. Yes. So just because of that criteria, unable to find link, self-calling task, line 8. So that is where we are passing our dynamic DomXPath, and we pass DomXPath with the sixth li. That is sixth page, but that page is not available on the website. So there are two ways to handle it. The first way is you can add the whole code in try block. So it will try to execute this command, and once it's error out, you will be able to know that bot hits the last page of the website. And the second way is to validate whether that object exists. So we will just go ahead with the second way. Let me fetch if condition. So we will be using if that object exists on the page. We'll use browser variable. Then let's capture an object. So we just need an object. We have an object. Let's deselect other properties. I want to delete this hard-coded path. I will add a dynamic path there. So if this command exists, then only I want to click on this page, then only I want to run the task. Let's close this message box automatically. Let's see whether it is running fine or not. Let's validate and navigate to our first page. Let's see. First date, second page, Player window disappear. Let's see. Here we can see we had a successful run. So it means our logic worked. So similar way, you can extract data from your website. So this is just a one example. You may have a different example as well. So in case if you have any question, any suggestion, feel free to comment and let me know your thoughts as well. Thanks for watching.